thing that could move them. Hey,
Okay.
what's up?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
you're back.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hey,
Me?
yeah,
Me.
yeah. I like this job actually.
You like that job? Cool. I'm gonna let you have the talking stick. I got one of these, so we're good.
Okay.
Which topic would you like to
Soloing.
choose, or would you like to do another topic?
I don't know.
Or would
another
you like
topic,
to-
I'd say something random, less controversial, more like philosophical or something would be cool. I don't know if you guys have topics just lined up.
But yes, we have a whole list if we look them up. Let's see. I would like a medium claim, something that you're not horrifically invested in. Not like if it's your job, nah. Let's
you want
not
me to
push.
create the topic?
Yeah, I want to ask you about a medium topic, one that it matters a little bit to you, but it wouldn't shake your world if you changed your mind about it.
Can you give some suggestions? Because I don't.
So
Stuff
for
like
some
that's hard
people,
to
that
think
might
of.
be their strategy for study. Some people that might be what cars do you think are better or worse, and why? That could be religion. That could be your preference of major.
Okay. Why don't you ask me a question? And then
I will
I'll
try to ask you a question. Everybody should stop smoking. We could start on neutral.
Okay. I agree. Everybody
Okay.
should stop smoking.
Everybody should stop smoking. You're on agree, not
However-
strongly agree? Tell me why you're not strongly agree.
I not strongly agree because I acknowledge the fact that there are different reasons why people smoke.
Uh-huh.
There's different reasons for smoking,
Mm-hmm.
including smoking for medical purposes.
Okay.
And so when that's a factor,
Oh,
it's
we
not
could
really-
narrow this down. Should we talk about just tobacco or all things that we
Oh,
can
if
smoke?
it's tobacco, I strongly agree. But
That's cool. All right, let's change it to tobacco. Strongly agree.
although I don't know, I'm not too well versed on the topic, so it's like
Narrowing the thing down until somebody moves is fun.
Yeah, I guess I feel like I'd struggle to give a a good comprehensive answer just because I'm not too well versed. But
Okay.
I don't know. I just don't see any positives in tobacco. I feel it's outdated. I feel you
Okay.
know it's a thing of the past.
Okay.
So just when looking at modern day, I don't know why tobacco would be still in use. I don't know why it's anything more than just people are used to smoking tobacco, so they're going to continue doing so.
Okay. If somebody was really used to smoking tobacco,
Uh huh.
would you and you liked them,
Uh huh.
would you move to agree?
And I like the person.
Yeah, you have a friend
Uh huh.
who's habituated to tobacco.
I mean,
Should they be allowed to continue to smoke? Would you want to stop them smoking?
I'd still want to stop them from smoking because if there's something personally that I would think is detrimental to health,
Uh-huh.
I think my job as a friend
Uh-huh.
is to push them in that direction. However, I consider myself somebody who's open-minded, and so I don't get too emotional in my discussions, even
Right.
if there's disagreements there. So I'd be open to having that conversation about why they believe they should continue to smoke tobacco. However, no, I wouldn't move to agree just because my friend is used to smoking tobacco. I actually it'd make me more passionate and want them to stop.
Make them want
Since-
them to
Yeah.
stop. And if they refuse, are you okay with that? If they refuse to stop?
Okay with that? How? I'm gonna stop
Like-
being their friend if
No, how about if there was a vote and it said, in this city,
Uh-huh.
we will not allow anybody to smoke. Vote yes or no.
And
I mean smoke tobacco.
yeah, but
In the city limits.
you would want me to vote?
Yeah, you get to vote,
Um,
and it's put up to a vote. Would you vote to outlaw smoking in the entire city limits?
So here's the thing with me. I would vote to see. I would have to look into reasons on both sides. Like I said,
Right.
I'm not super well versed.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do.
So-
Is we're just looking at reasons on both sides of any.
right. And so
that's what we're looking
I
for.
would want to see. I mean, I think we live in a society where whether something's bad or good, it's kind of people will talk about the good reasons or the bad reasons
Right.
without trying to be well versed on every single topic. I believe in a lot of scenarios there is something good, whether it's something very minor. Like tobacco, it's hard to find something good about it.
Right.
However, I think it's important to try to hear out anybody with differing opinions instead of
Yeah.
just trying to, think that your opinion is right no matter what. So I'm personally strongly against tobacco.
Yeah.
However, I acknowledge that, I haven't had this discussion with somebody who was, not opposed to tobacco. So I don't really know any of the
Right.
other sides. So
So that's that's this challenge I'd like to do
uh
to you, for you, with
Yeah.
you. I don't know. And just imagine that I'm standing over maybe about here.
Yep.
I'm on the disagree side of neutral.
Mm-hmm.
What reasons might I give? What would I say that would have me over on this side?
That's choice. So
Okay.
whether or not you want to outlaw something, that it's somebody's choice to take or
So
not.
a
is
freedom reason?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know what else. What else you
It's my
consider
freedom to
considering it.
smoke and
Exactly.
pollute my lungs.
That's the one
Yeah.
thing that I'm considering. That's why it wasn't a firm yes. I would want to outlaw tobacco just because I believe choice is good. However, if there are no signs that point towards any positives for tobacco, and it's all negatives, then I think that matters more than giving people the choice. If that makes sense.
If there are no positives, why would people continue to do it?
Like I said, it's kind of outdated. People just kind of got used to it,
Okay.
thinking that it makes them feel good without exploring other alternatives, and whether or not feeling good comes at the risk of other health issues, or is an alternative to a much healthier option that would provide that same endorphin boost. That's something important to consider.
So there's an endorphin boost?
I mean, that's just what I've heard. See, I'm
Right.
not completely sure, and so I'd want to.
It's a hypothetical idea.
So here's the thing.
What could push a steel man, somebody on this
Right,
side?
right.
What
So-
reason could they have?
So here's the thing. I mean, I like to be someone who tries to consider all options, and if
Yeah.
something only has negative effects, I believe it's much easier for people to stop. Well, we know tobacco has addictive tendencies,
Yeah.
and whether or not those addictive tendencies are good or bad, it can give people the high that they desire,
Okay.
and that can be looked at as a positive thing in one world. So
So I want to throw a hypothetical
Yeah,
at you.
yeah.
Now this is a ridiculous hypothetical.
Uh-huh.
I don't even in the slightest think that it is a true hypothetical.
Yeah.
But imagine that a study comes out and they tested smokers against non-smokers
Yep.
and found that smokers were immune to a particular kind of disease because they smoked. And that disease was prevalent in an area. And therefore non-smokers were dying and smokers weren't.
Okay, so I think in that case you'd have to consider many things, certain things about the study, how accurate it is, the
Sure.
sample size of the study, the actual statistics about the study itself.
Okay. So if the N was big enough, if the methodology was reasonable, obviously, it's a daft notion.
Yeah.
But if that happened, if you thought the study had good methodology and N and predictive power and the other
Yep.
statistical strengths.
Okay, so now we're saying that the study is accurate.
Yeah.
So my next steps would be, comparing specific statistics
Yeah.
on the new disease and what it's doing to people's health versus lung cancer per se, or
Sure.
other illnesses, other health concerns that tobacco causes.
Yeah.
And then after that, I would look at, okay, are there alternatives? Is it just tobacco specifically that's stopping this disease, or is there other alternatives that may come into play and be there to stop that disease, if that makes sense?
Okay.
That's where I'd be at
So you'd look
in that
for a
case.
non-tobacco alternative with the same positive benefits.
Yeah.
Until you found that, would you be okay with people in that area smoking?
I mean, I believe something like outlawing smoking tobacco is a much more difficult thing. Like, I don't think it's just a quick vote and it's passed. Like, it'll take
Sure.
years and years and years and years.
We love outlandish hypotheticals.
Right. And so
Yeah.
if in that situation of the outlandish hypothetical, I don't think, let's just say, I think people would be working hard enough with other studies to figure out alternatives and get that done faster than any potential outlaw to tobacco.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I'm at. Just like, these things aren't going to be, one or the other. It's going to be happening at the same time. And I personally believe that some alternative or some other findings would be found before tobacco is even outlawed, just with the pace that, things get passed, laws get passed, things get done in our country. I just feel like,
Is the pace
That's where
too
you'd be
slow
at.
or too fast, or what is the pace?
I mean, I think it's too slow in a lot of things.
Okay.
At some point, it's just, At some point, it's just a lot of things that should be changed, where you feel like general populations want to be changed, just continue to stay in place for a long time while, people in power continue to debate about it over and over and over, just say the same things consistently.
Okay.
So I don't know, that's just where I'm at.
Cool. Thank you. Can you think of any questions I should have asked?
No? That
No.
was good.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
It's interesting. It's
Appreciate
good,
that.
I like talking about this stuff.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
You
See
too.
if I- Cool.
There was a messenger I shot so big.
What?
Appetite suppressant.
Appetite suppressant?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Smoking is an appetite suppressant. Many people smoke in order to stay thin.
That makes sense. Yeah. I don't.
So much so that it is a stereotype on The Simpsons about ballet dancers. But it's a stereotype that skinny ballet dancers constantly smoke.
Gotcha.
You see this athlete and they're smoking. What the hell?
Maybe I should have.
I love this situation where you're writing out the reasons as they come up. That is fantastic. Because you only had two on each side, it didn't seem like would do that extra step of
Well,
have them sort it.
You kind of change claims mid
Oh, did I?
conversation from like everyone should stop smoking to like it should be illegal, and that might have changed things.
Ah, yes, I did take it to the question of whether people should be encouraged to stop smoking or forced. I was just jonesing for that move of line.
Yeah.
Only a little. He's fine.
Yeah.
I think this can work fine one-on-one.
Yeah.
I am digging it, and I'm digging standing.
Yeah.
Sitting is not my style. Especially on a chair that's a little too small for me, on a table that's a little too tight.